So yesterday I discovered that Twitter won't give me enough letters to explain what I need to explain for some of my posts. So this is an important one. So I thought I'd give a video a go. Problem is I don't have great indoor voice, so I'm going to do my best not to blow the heads off you at this hour of the morning. So this post is on medications, prescriptions and the medicine register. So basically anytime a vet gives a horse a medication, it has to be accompanied by a prescription. That prescription comes through to me either by a hard copy like this or via email. I like the email option because then I have it on record. I won't lose it and I know the day I got it. So from that prescription I transfer it into the medicine register, which is belonging to the IHRB. It's what they look for when they do a stable inspection, or to go through history if a horse has showed up something on track post-race. So there's a lot involved, a lot of information in it. So for example, they give detection times for a lot of drugs. For example, clenbuterol syrup, clenbuterol fentanyl injection. They give the detection times per hour for those medications, so that's one. Then they do things like threshold substances, so cobalt, let's say 0.1 microgram total cobalt per milliliter in urine. Then we move on to my job. So we have an index, you put the horse's name in and the page number the horse is on. So our horse is here. We have his name and his microchip number, and then all the information that applies to what medications he got. So you have the date he got it, what he got, how he got it, the amount he got, why he got it, so a tie forward in this case, or he was sedated previously for clipping, the vet that prescribed it and the vet that administered it, or who administered it. Sometimes necessarily if it's in a nebulizer, it's not always via the vet, so it's who administered it, the racing withdrawal time rather than detection time, and then I sign off on it to say that I'm aware of it and I know it's in the horse's system, so I have to bear that in mind when I'm making my entries. So yeah, hopefully that's a help. Any questions, obviously drop in the comments, and hopefully we're going okay so far. Any other information you'd like, drop in the comments and I'll try and include it. So for a tie forward, there's certain conditions you have to apply to try and ensure that it's has every success. So one of them is everything has to be at waist height for him. So that's his drinking water, his bucket. It's a help as well because I can monitor how much he's drinking. He's just in and he's happy to be drinking. Then the second thing, his hay, so his forage. It's recommended a hay net. To be honest, I went for a hay bag because hay nets are so time consuming. The majority of the hay ends up on the ground and somehow or another they always manage to end up pulling them down and having them kicked around the bed. So I go for a hay bag. Seemed to work well. And in the back left corner there you can see is his feed pot. Now the mine are all fed from the ground and they get hay from the ground because I try and stick with everything being as natural as possible, but in this case we have to have everything up waist height to accommodate his surgery. I have them on blue frog bedding. Now if he had a different surgery, say a castration or a hob day, something with an open wound, I would switch him to straw. Simple reason is the blue frog shavings would just be, any type of shavings would just be too small and they would end up probably irritating the wound. So in this case his surgery involved a closed wound, so he's fine on blue frog bedding. And then all of mine as well have a companion stable. Like obviously his routine's going to change slightly, so my stables are all companion stables, so you'll have company and somebody to socialize with. So yeah, that's him just now. I'll give him a little while to settle and then I will take his temperature and get his rug on him, and fingers crossed everything goes okay. Just with regard to temperatures, I take them on Sunday mornings just so I have some sort of baseline for them, but obviously his will be taken every morning to make sure there's no spike or no irregularities after surgery. So yeah, we'll check in on him later. We're going to have to do a change to his feed, and then part of the post-operative care is going to be a change to exercise. So yeah, he's home, so we're moving on to the next step. Just a quick bit on nutrition. I use Red Mills. So at the moment I don't have anything in with any specific needs, so I can use the 14% protein cubes for the horses racing or in hard work, and then our horses come back from surgery or anything that's on the walker or just cantering, light cantering, goes on the 12% protein. If it's a case our horse has excessively loose drop-ins or an excessive amount of urine in a stable, I can pull him back again to 10% protein. But obviously protein is the key nutrient here because we're dealing with muscle repair, muscle development, and then the young horses, and then it's also key nutrient for their coats, for their hoof growth. So these are the two feeds I use. What's also important with feed is this information. I need the batch number to record every time I get a new batch of feed in case there's any issues post-race. And then Red Mills also supplies with a scoop. Now the Red Mills scoop is less than your normal scoop, so just have a look at that. So here we have the 14% racehorse cubes, and it gives us the amount measurement to the line. So that's what we're using. Our horse gets 1 scoop in the morning, 1 scoop at lunchtime, 2 in the evening, feed at 4:30 or 5 o'clock, and then 1 scoop at 9 o'clock. We had a chat about it yesterday to decide what was the best way to go with him. He's an honest horse, so obviously he was race fit when he had surgery, so he's still holding a fair bit of that fitness even though he hasn't been doing too much. So we just thought he's an honest horse, he'd be better on his own rather than something setting him off or him setting something else off. So we've left it till the gallop is quiet as well, because we've a shared gallop and our neighbours are A&N bloodstock. They have breeze up horses, so obviously we don't want to upset them. So we've got him out here at a quiet time. We'll just listen to him going by. Yeah, so I'd be happy with that. He has his cross nose band on him just to help keep everything stabilized, so he can't open his mouth or mess with his tongue or stuff like that, just to keep everything stabilized. He's not making any strange noises. His breathing seems to be in a good rhythm. I'll talk to Barry more when we go in, but yeah, I'd be happy enough for that for his first day back on the gallop. Now it's to get him home from the gallop will be the issue. Okay, so we're up here at the top of the Old Vic and the Free Eagle. Rory and Lee have just gone down to the walk across for the 7 furlong. This is where they hack down in front of the stands. Then they walk across the grass gallops. And for the Vic and the Free Eagle, you can jump on at the bottom, go from bottom to top. You can go in at the 5 furlong or you can go in at the 7 furlong. We're going in from the 7 furlong. He's probably going to race over a mile and a quarter, so we went in at the 7. Here we have them just coming up now. I'm standing up here at the top because I want to hear if he makes any noise when he pulls up, and we'll just have a listen to him and then I'll speak to Rory afterwards. You're making all the noise, Lee, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how are you?
Oh, this is crystal clear. Delighted with it.
Well done, thank you.
Really easy. It went to him really easy. It went by him really easy.
Lovely.
Just doing enough when he gets in front. I was happy that he just had a little heave at the very end there.
Will he need a little sharp bit before Friday?
I think no harm. Just give him a little pipe opener.
Yep.
And it should leave him bang on, I think.
Perfect, thank you.
Physically, he's very good and mentally very good as well.
Thanking you.
Off over 10 furlongs, slow into stride the 10 dark straight. This is the Crown Plaza Dundalk Race and Stay Package Handicap. First to show in front is Baddettstown, who was pushed up into contention. Curragh around the outside in the stripes is Wonder Spirit, who Betty Fides in between horses, nudged up to the leaders, then Nevada Queen. Break of 3 lengths to Hidden Land and the Medic. Next on the outside is Complete Fantasy, being followed by General Idea. The leader is Baddettstown by 3/4 of a length to Betty Fides, a gap of 2 lengths to Curragh, then Nevada Queen and Wonder Spirit and Hidden Land and Medic next, followed by Complete Fantasy and General Idea, Fringe Company. At the rear of the field, the Greys, Miss Upbeat, along with Shining Age, Dark Street, another one of the back markers, and so too out the back is Steel Queen, nicely spaced out with 6.5 furlongs to go. It's Baddettstown and Charlie O'Dwyer just leading Ubedama 3 days and Conor Maxwell. 2.5 lengths back to Curragh, Jessica O'Gorman in third, and fourth is Nevada Queen and Shamie Heaven, and they're tracked by Wonder Spirit, Hidden Land, Complete Fantasy, and Medic the favourite next on the inside, then General Idea and Fringe Company and Miss Upbeat, followed by Shining Age and Dark Street, and at the back of the field is Steel Queen. They've passed the halfway stage in the Crown Plaza Dundalk Race and Stay Package Handicap. The leader is just Baddettstown from Ubedama Fides alongside, less than 2 lengths back to Curragh, joined for third by Nevada Queen, followed then by Wonder Spirit, who's in company with Hidden Land, tracked in by Emmerich, the palish blue colours on the inside of General Idea, then Complete Fantasy and French Company, and Miss Upbeat is next as they straighten up with 2.5 furlongs to go. Ridden along in front, Baddettstown, Ubedama Fides, the white cap. Coming there strongly, the far side is Emmerich, then Hidden Land poking in with Curragh and Wonder Spirit. Over the far side is French Company as they race to the final furlong, and driven to the front is Emmerich. From Curragh, Hidden Land, French Company, Wonder Spirit. Dropping back is Baddettstown. It's Emmerich in front, is wandering, is not doing a stroke in front as they go towards the line, but it's Emmerich continuing the good times over course and distance, sees off the persistent Curragh in third place with Hidden Land.